Hi folks, welcome back to the Cabin Fly Shop and our continuing series of Great Lakes fly patterns. Today we're doing some modern versions. This happens to be a very simple foam hopper that we dubbed years ago just as the pine hopper. The pine is not unique in any way, shape, or form for varieties of hoppers, but around mid to late July, let's throw a stone at it, third week of July, these smaller, about a size 10 chartreuse to limey green hopper, pretty abundant on our rivers around the region. And we love to fish the pine with topwater hoppers, so that's why we dubbed it the pine hopper. This is a very simple pattern. On the underside, I'll flip that over so you can see it. It's just a shaggy dubbing of some chartreuse, with a little sparkle, a little rabbit involved there. The legs are black and white, speckled medium rubber. The wing is deer hair with a little bit of crystal flash underneath it. And the body, we tie in two colors. We tie it in the green, the insect green, chartreuse green, and then we also tie it in kind of a tan brown to imitate hoppers a little later in the season. We just simply cut this in a strip, and I'll show you how this all goes together here in a minute. But it's a very simple fly and a very effective fly. It floats like crazy. You can use a little bit of floatant in the dubbing and on the wing if you wish. This is closed cell foam, so that floats all on its own. Never worry about an ant or a hopper that goes subsurface, because in the natural surroundings, they go subsurface all the time with the different hydraulics on the surface of the river. So if your leader gets caught in a hydraulic and sucks the fly down, don't pick it up and necessarily recast it. Swing it. And you'll be surprised how many fish that will come to that fly just subsurface. So let's tie this fly and let's get straight to it. The pine hopper. So this is a size 10, fairly heavy wire hook. This is a nymph hook actually. So it's probably like a 1X strong, and this is going to be probably a 1X in length. We're going to dress this, and the way this fly is designed, you have to dub the body first. So everything is tied on top of the dubbing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay down a base layer here of thread. I'm going to go to the back, snip that off at the bend. Let me get a little sharper pair of scissors here. And then I'm going to go right back to the front because we want to finish this dubbing at the bend of the hook. So let's grab some dubbing. If you'll notice that the fly is dubbed all the way to the eye of the hook, so that's why we're starting right up here at the eye. So let's spin the dubbing on the thread. I'm going to do what's called a speed dub. I'm going to start a little bit of dubbing with my thumb and index finger. Then I'm going to pinch the dubbing and I'm going to start wrapping. What this does, as you can see right here, it starts to make a chenille out of this dubbing. And you just simply keep on keeping on by pinching that dubbing. It's a very simple technique of building a body without constantly redressing the thread with dubbing. So I'm just going to pull that dubbing out of there and make one revolution. If there's a little shag going on there, that's okay. We'll trim a little bit of it. I'm going to keep the body sparse so it doesn't soak up too much water. Okay, now the next step is take a look at this fly from the underside. We're going to build that little extension right there. You can see there's a taper on both sides of that, so I'm going to make that cut. Just snip off a corner there, snip off a corner there, and that's going to sit right on top of the hook just like that. We want it to extend out over the bend of the hook just a smudge, however long that is. You'll see here when I get this tied in, I'm going to go around it twice, 3 times, so it sits right on top of the hook. Now I'm going to palmer that thread forward and segment the body. 1, make sure they're even, 2, 3. Looks just right. So that's going to be the length of the body. I'm going to snip this just a little bit. I'm going to show you kind of a progress report here on what that looks like on the bottom. Again, there's the body showing that chartreuse dubbing on the bottom of the fly. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to tie in the wing. The wing is made of deer hair and crystal flash. So let's do the crystal flash first. So we're going to wrap that around the thread right on the top. Couple wraps. We want to extend this out beyond the tail. So we're going to snip that beyond the tail. Next comes our deer hair for the wing. So we'll snip out half a pencil size here. We don't want it too heavy. And we're going to stack that. Get my hair stacker going here. Couple 3 taps. Whoop. That happens from time to time. We'll just restack that. Got a little aggressive with the pickup there. That's what I wanted to do. So there's the stacked hair, nice and even as on the ends. And we're going to extend that just beyond the extended foam that we did. I'm going to take a couple wraps around it here, pull straight down. And while you got your thumb and finger on there, we're going to trim these butt ends. There's the wing. We're going to fold this forward right over so it's flush with the eye of the fly. That's going to make the head of the hopper. I'm going to go around that twice. Pull straight down. 3 or 4 more times. Now we're going to leave just a little bit of the collar sticking up here like so. And now, last but not least, we're going to put the legs on. Simple way to do this. Lay them right along the side there. We're going to trim them all at once, so don't worry if they look like they're a little bit off. And then we're going to whip finish right here in the center where the fly is done. So what we're going to do, I'm going to roll this over. I'm going to lift these legs. See how they're uneven? They won't be in a second. Now they're all the same length. Whip finish. I've got a long reach whip finisher here. Now on this fly, this is important on this fly. Foam has a tendency to roll. Let me get a couple of those hairs out of there. There we go. So we're going to put some quick penetrating cement right there at that tie-in point. Give that a second upside down so it penetrates right in on the base of the hook, or on the shank of the hook, excuse me. And there it is. The flash is under the wing. The legs are all the same size, as you can see. And that is the pine hopper. Tie it in chartreuse, tie it in tan. Great fly from, like I say, mid to late July through early September. As the summer moves on, you know, hoppers get bigger. So don't be afraid to tie this, you know, down to like maybe a size 6. Have fun with it. Thanks for joining us, and go fishing.